If my addition is right, we are on the 5th episode that I've made for men. And today we're going to talk about something that could be controversial depending on whose ears it's landing on. We need to talk about something that the internet has been telling you that is half true in exactly the wrong way. You have probably run into somewhere the theory that women secretly want a beast. Okay, this Beauty and the Beast theory. That underneath all the talk about kindness, emotional availability, emotional intelligence, what women really want and what really turns them on is dominance, danger, and edge. That message is everywhere, not just on the internet. And it's telling you that the nice version of you, the version that's trying to do the right thing, is going to be invisible to her or even a turnoff. The argument comes packaged differently depending on which corner of the internet you found it in. There's the alpha and beta, the dark triad, the dual mating strategy, the Beauty and the Beast complex. It's all the same argument, but it's dressed up differently. I was curious about what's out there. I've had a few conversations with my boyfriend about what he's seeing out in the internet. And so I did a little deeper dive to see what's going on. And then I want to share with you what I think is actually true, because I do think parts of those theories are true. But then I think there are dangerous spins being put on them, which may be harming people who actually want to find a relationship and are looking for even nice women to date. And if they read these things, they may start approaching things in a way that becomes unhealthy and unhelpful. So, welcome back to Pulling Threads. I'm Leslie. This is For the Boys, episode 5. And I want to do something today that I have not done in the playlist yet. I want to take a piece of advice that men in your demographic are being sold constantly, every day, on every platform that you're on, and I want to take it seriously. Not dismiss it, not call it names. I'm going to take it seriously. But I want to tell you what is real about it and what is not real about it, in my opinion, and what to do instead, or what I would do instead if I were you. The piece of advice is that women want a beast. Okay? Therefore, become a beast. Half of that is true, but the half of it that you're missing is what the beast actually is, what's attractive about the beast in women. So if you don't get both things right, the beast part and the other attractive parts of the beast, you're going to miss the whole point. The Manosphere version goes like, women say they want a nice man, but look at their actual behavior. They date dominant men. They're drawn to dangerous men. They overlook the kind, available guy, and they chase the unavailable, edgy one. Okay? And there is a fairy tale that captures this perfectly, which is Beauty and the Beast. The woman in the story does not fall for the safe, available village boy. She falls for the dangerous figure in the castle. The lesson, they say, is that the woman's stated preference are not their real preferences. Their real preferences are revealed by what they actually choose. And therefore, if you want to be wanted, according to the Manosphere, stop being safe, stop being available, stop being nice, become more of a beast. Cultivate menace, cultivate distance, cultivate edge. Neg. That's the argument. I want to be honest with you that the reason this argument is so sticky, the reason it has worked for so many of you, is that it's not entirely wrong. So I'm not saying it's all wrong. It's just wrong in a specific way that it costs you everything in a relationship. So let's talk about what's real about it. Let's be honest. Let me tell you what I believe is real about it. Because if I skip this part, you're not going to trust the rest. Because what you're witnessing out in the world is telling you that this part is real. And I know that. It is true that confidence reads as attractive. It is true that women's nervous systems can mistake intensity for chemistry. It is true that there is a kind of nice, the apologetic, hovering, please don't leave me kind, that women's bodies experience as suffocating. It is true that there is a kind of nice, that like apologetic, hovering, please don't leave me kind, that women's bodies experience as suffocating. We did a whole episode on that already. It is true that some women report finding edgier, less available men more compelling than safer ones. It is true, and this one is the one I want to be honest about with you, that some women carry what therapists call a fix him pattern, a belief that with enough love and patience, they can transform a damaged man into a partner. That pattern is also real. It's documented. It's one of the most common dynamics that pulls women into a long, painful relationship with the wrong men. So what the Manosphere says, women have a thing for the bad boy. That part they're not making up. That is true. What they're doing is reading the symptom as the truth, though, and then prescribing the symptom as the cure. So I would like to take another stance on that. Here's what's actually happening underneath those phenomena. And this is the part that nobody talks about. The beast in the actual story is not cruel. He's wounded. That part is true. Go back and read the fairy tale. The beast in the castle is alone. He has interiority. He's hiding from the world. He's felt things, lost things, been changed by things. He's brooding, complex, ashamed of who he has become. Belle is not drawn to him because he's dangerous. She's drawn to him because she can see depth in him that other men in her village did not have. And the man in the story who's actually dangerous, the violent one, the entitled one, the one who treats women as conquest, he also has a name. His name is Gaston. And Belle rejects him explicitly, repeatedly, and without apology. The men's content space has been telling you to become Gaston while calling him the beast. They're not the same character. They're opposites. And every minute of advice you have absorbed about how to be more dominant, more menacing, more dark triad, more edgy, has been advice on how to become the man Belle rejected, not the man she chose. And that's the same man most women are going to reject. There are certain things that women are actually scanning for, though. What are those things? In the bad boy archetype, it's not danger, it's contained intensity. Think about what that means to you, contained intensity. The thing that reads as attractive in the archetype is not the cruelty. It's the depth and the self-direction that the cruelty is incidentally signaling. Bad boys have the contained part by accident, usually as a side effect of being emotionally unavailable. They have interiority because they refuse to share it. They have self-direction because they're not waiting for anybody to give them permission. They have edge because they're not performing politeness to be accepted. Those qualities are attractive. The cruelty that often comes with them is not what makes them attractive. It's what makes them dangerous to date. And here's the part that the Manosphere will not tell you. Every one of those qualities, the depth, the self-direction, the contained edge, the unhurried center of gravity, is fully available to a healthy man who's not dangerous without the cost. You can be a man with interiority, holding things in, and not be cruel. You can be a man with self-direction and not be unavailable. You can be a man with edge and not be chaotic. The bad boy package wraps real attractive properties around a damaged center. You can have the attractive properties without the damage. That is what the work of the playlist has been about from the beginning, this playlist that I'm creating. Now, I want to say one more thing about women who are drawn to actual beasts. I want to say the women who are drawn to genuinely chaotic, abusive, unhealed men, not contained intensity men, but actually destructive men, are mostly operating from their own wound. They have childhood histories of inconsistent love. They learned very young that love means earning and fixing and rescuing. They're running the fix him script. And here's the thing I want you to hear. Those are not, by and large, the women that you really want. The Manosphere is telling you, you optimize your strategy for the women who are most damaged, which is a strange thing to optimize for when you think about it. Does it make sense? So what the actual move is, you're not supposed to become the beast. You're supposed to become the prince at the end of the story. That's what women want. And here's the part that nobody is talking about. The prince at the end of Beauty and the Beast is not a different man with better clothes. He is the beast who finally did the work. All right? He did the work. That's how he became the prince. The transformation in the fairy tale is not one from one man to another man. It's the same man with the same interiority, the same complexity, the same depth, who now stopped hiding it, who's let himself be seen, who's done the work of meeting his own woundedness instead of weaponizing it. That's what this story is actually about. And that is the man that women have actually been describing the whole time. The depth without the cruelty, the intensity without the chaos, the aliveness without the wreckage. He has every legitimate attractive property of the bad boy archetype and none of the cost. He's rare. He's rare. Because the work that it takes to get to the prince is rare. And a lot of men are not willing to do it. A lot of men don't know how to do it. A lot of men have been told not to do it. If you've been listening to the playlist, you've been doing the work. The nervous system regulation from episode 1, the presence work from episode 2, the attachment honesty from episode 3, the avoidant paradox work from episode 4. None of that is the work of becoming a nice guy. It's the work of becoming a full man. The kind of man the fairy tale was actually pointing at before the internet got a hold of it and told you it meant something else. Now, I want to speak to those women and those relationships that can help men in the healing work. Many people need to be in relationship to do some of the work. So when the work has been initiated already and the man is already, maybe it's you are already working with a therapist or doing whatever it is that you need to work on for your woundedness, whatever that may be. There may come a time when you can't go any further in your healing process without a partner to get you through this next step of the healing. And I would say in my own relationship that my boyfriend was very much still the beast. There were a lot of beast parts in him still there when we met, but he had been doing the work toward moving out of that beast mode for quite some time. He had been pretty wounded before that and did the work. We met and we both have healed a lot in relationship. There are some things you just can't heal outside of relationship. So I don't want to leave that part out. Do you have to be a full-blown prince with all of your wounds healed when you decide to go out and meet a woman, the right woman, a healthy woman? No. That woman may be part of the help. We just don't want to look for women who are out there looking for chaotic men who are not doing the work and then thinking that when they get into a relationship with that man, they are going to fix them or they're going to be the reason the man changes. That's not how it works. And I want to be sure you hear what I'm going to say next clearly. The strategies out there, the ones that some men are being sold, are built on misreading what women are actually drawn to. It's prescribed by men who, in a lot of cases, are not themselves in healthy relationships. It's optimized for women who are most likely to hurt you. And it's dressed up in evolutionary language that's been quietly walked back over the last 10 years or so. It will get you exactly the woman who matches that strategy. Those women will not be good for you. They will not stay. And if they do stay, you're probably not going to want to be with them. What actually works, what the women you would want to be with actually respond to, is contained depth. A man who has felt things, survived things, is not afraid of his interior, and is not asking her to give him a self. That man does not have to perform anything. He walks into a room, and the women in the room feel something that they can't articulate. The beast is not the goal. The beast is the wound. Prince is the man who did the work. That's the man you're becoming. The Pulling Threads main feed episode this week is a version of this conversation written for women on the other side of it. The women who've been running the Fix Him scripts for years. If a woman in your life has been trying to love you into health, send her there. It's one of the most generous things you can do for someone who's tried to save you. If you want to keep going with this work, I'm at theloomlife.com. If you think that you or the woman in your life could use a conversation with me, reach out. The link to book a call is in the show notes, and I've been opening my space for men who are ready to do some work. Please drop a comment if anything in this episode landed for you, especially the men who really recognize themselves in this, the ones who've absorbed years of this content and are starting to see what it's cost you. Other men are reading. They need to hear from you. This was Pulling Threads. I'm Leslie. Take care of yourself.